I'm planning a trip tomorrow in Snowdon, and it's going to be basically getting into practice for the Welsh 3000s, which hopefully will be in August, like September time. I tried last year with some friends. Me and another friend didn't quite manage to do it, but we got 18 miles and 8,800 feet done. Now the Welsh 3000s is actually 32 miles and just over 12,000 feet of elevation, because it's summiting every single peak in Wales at 3,000 feet and over. So it's a big effort because you've got to get all that done in one day. Anyway, so I was just exhausted last year, but now I'm 4 stone lighter, well about 3.5 stone lighter than I was then. And I'm a lot fitter now because I've done a lot of running. So this time what I want to do is try and simulate tomorrow the same distance that I did last year, so 18 miles and 8,800 feet of elevation, and hopefully see how I feel, see if I think that I'll be up for another attempt at the Welsh 3000s, because last time I was exhausted, but hopefully this time I'll feel a lot fresher. And then that will give me confidence to know that on the day I can actually complete the whole of the route. So what I'll do now is I'll show you using OS Maps the route that I plan to take tomorrow. Okay, so if you can see the mouse there, now that's Nant Peris, where I'll be parking in this car park just here, and then basically you follow a route round here that takes you up. Now this mountain here, that's called Igarn, and that's the summit where you want to be. So basically follow this up. Now this is a big old pull, and then you go to the summit of Igarn there. Then you follow the saddle all the way around here. There's a nice reservoir there, and then you come around here. You don't summit that mountain because that's not part of the 3000s, but then you do this one, and this one is called Igarn. So you summit Igarn, and then you come down here. I've just moved the map around, so this now is the top of Igarn. It's a beta version of OS Maps, this detailed 3D map. So you basically drop down here, follow this path, and this takes you to the lake. Then that pull up there, you walk up there, which is very, very steep, and you walk up, and that's the summit of Glyderfawr. Then you come across here, and somewhere along here, it's difficult to say on this map, somewhere along here is the summit of Glyderfawr, I think it's pronounced. And this is the screen next, that's Bristly Ridge just there, and this is the screen next to it. But I'm going to go along here and then drop down maybe here and then come across. I think that'll be a lot easier on my feet. Let me just tilt it a bit more, and then you'll get an idea. Now here is Triven, so I'll be coming along here all the way up to the top here, and then that's basically as far as I go, and then I come back down and go all the other way, summiting on every summit again all the way back. So that's the plan. Hopefully the weather's going to hold off. It's going to be a bit misty in the morning, but it's going to be a massive mountain day, about 18 miles and about 8,800 feet of elevation, summiting Glyderfawr, Igarn, Glyderfawr and Glyderfawr, and then Triven, and then summiting them all again on the way back as well. So I'll then see you tomorrow morning. Okay, so it's 7:30 in the morning. I thought I'd set off a bit later because I'm looking up at Glyderfawr, where at the first mountain I'm going up, and it's pretty misty, so I thought, well, I know it clears later, so I'm better off setting off a bit later, coming back a bit later. It makes no odds. So yeah, I'm all kitted up now, all ready to go. I'm going to set off in a minute. Again, aiming for 18 miles, just under 9,000 feet of elevation. We'll start in the mist as we go up into the mountains, but as we go along, it will clear. So I'll record a bit more and show you the views on the way up to Elidavour, so you can see the car park and Nant Peris and everything. Well, I'm 1.1 miles in now, and 26 minutes into my walk, and nice little stream, nice little footbridge, and that's the valley. It's around the corner on the left there. That's where I've come from. So, crack on. So, it's always good on the ascent of Elidavour to pace yourself and take regular breathers, take on some water, and enjoy the views. Ooh, beautiful. Well, my mum always told me I'd be heading the clouds. Right, so we're 1.53 miles into the walk. We're starting to come into the clouds now, and we're at 1,667 feet. It's a bit boggy at this section, but it always is on Elidavour. But you do get past this and it's just like a nice rocky trail really. But yeah, so it looks like we'll be in the clouds for a while now. Okay, so I'm at the top of Elidavour now. I made good time. It took me 90 minutes to get to the top. I think it's 3,031 feet, the summit of Elidavour. And as you can see, it's almost like a rocky bird's nest. So if it's really windy up here, you have got shelter where you can drop down, look, and have yourself some lunch or something. But we're in cloud at the minute, but just looking down here, looks quite nice, doesn't it? We're not going that way, but when the clouds are clear, hopefully on the way back, we'll be able to see the coast from here. It looks really pretty. But we're heading down that way. Right, next one is Igan. Okay, we've just come up from there, that's Elidavour, and follow this path down. And we're walking in to thick cloud now. This is why it's always a good idea to make sure you've got a map and compass, because all of a sudden everything might seem very, very different once you're in cloud and you can't see where you're heading. But it's low wind, it's nice and warm, so to be fair, I don't think I'd need my map. I've got it, but I don't think I'll need it. Just follow this track. Little break in the clouds, and this is the reservoir next to Elidavour. Really pretty. I think the clouds give it character actually. Well, that's what we've got coming. But it will clear. And as you can see clearly the track. And this track will lead us all the way to the top of Igan. But I picked a good day for it because it's low wind and it's about 11 degrees, even with the wind chill. I think it's actually about 14 or 15 degrees. It's absolutely gorgeous. And just a slight breeze, so should be a really nice day. So that's Elidavour in Clag. We'll just follow that route. What we're doing now, we've dropped about, I don't know, 600 feet or something. That valley, you follow that all the way down, that leads to Nant Peris. So in the background, that's the Snowdon range. But we just dropped down about 600 feet and we're following the saddle of Elidavour. Follow that path. And up there, that's that peak up there, that's where we're heading. And that's the next on the Welsh 3000s, and that's Igan. So that's where we're heading. There we go. Just about to start the ascent to Igan. Give you an idea. There's a guy walking up now on his way to the summit. He's doing the Welsh 3000s. He passed me earlier. And that's the Ogwen Valley. Beautiful. And you can't see it because it's in cloud, but just in the distance, you probably just see just there, that's Triven. That's where ultimately I'll be going and then heading back. And that mountain there is Penny Wen, and that mountain range is a Carneddau. hopefully by the time I get to Triven all of this will have cleared. We'll have some beautiful views. On the way back I've been recommended to head up this way to Folgok, so have a look up there. Right, so I'm on the summit of Igarn now. 3,000 feet, it's one of them. Just over 3,000 feet this is. So we're nearly 5 miles into the walk. Just under 3 hours in. A bit more cloud, but hopefully that will clear. I'm on the descent of Igarn now. That's the Ogwen Valley down there. Triven in cloud again. And this is a path that takes you down, all the way down there to the lake at the bottom. And then if you see, I'll zoom in for you. That path, the really steep path, that's taking you up into the Glidders. Hopefully the cloud will clear, but we'll see. And then that's the Snowdon Range over there. So, let's crack on. Just going to stop for a quick bite to eat at this lake. That's where I've just been. The trail all the way down from up there, which is the summit of Igarn. And I'm heading up that way. We're now officially onto the Glidders. Let me show you just a second. That there, I think, is Glidder Vawr. And then after that, we've got Glidder Fach. That's the Carneddau mountain range over there. The mountain you're looking at is Penure Wen. And hopefully, if I'm good enough for the 3000, that's where we'll go. That's the track that we've come down from Igarn, and we've come up this way. I'm really pleased because I didn't stop once for a breather on that scree coming up onto the Glidders. Still a lot of cloud. I'm wondering whether or not we're just going to get cloud all day, but we'll see. It's brightening up a little bit though, so maybe it will burn off. Still only 12 o'clock, so plenty of time. This is Glidder Vawr, I think. Looking on the map, and it says it is. But yeah, I need to have a look. I'm not sure if that is, but either way, I'll make sure I go up there on the way back just in case. But I think this is Glidder Vawr, just here. I think it's a bit deceiving that looks higher, because the other one looks higher, but I don't think it is. I'm not sure, so I'll make sure I go back there. I've got to say, it does look higher, but it doesn't matter. I'll make sure I summit it anyway on the way back. Some walkers coming up, more cloud coming in. Now this is beautiful. So that's Igribin Ridge, I think. But look at that. That looks well nice. That's where I've just come. So I'm on the Glidders at the minute, looking down at what's basically the Ogwen Valley, I think. And that is Igribin Ridge, I think. Yeah, it is. But we're going that way. The wind's picking up a little bit, but it's still not much more than a breeze. Probably sounds worse on the camera. Now that, in the distance, we've just done Glidder Vawr, and we're heading towards Glidder Fach. However, that's not Glidder Fach. It looks like it, but it's not. That's called Castelligwynt, or Castelligwynt, or whatever. And that's not one of the 3000s. So don't bother wasting time and energy if you're trying to do the 3000s, because that's not one of them. I fell victim to that. So all you got to do is literally just skirt round the side and then carry on. Here we are on the summit of Glidder Fach. Still can't see Triven, although it's behind those clouds there, so hopefully the clouds will lift. I don't know. I don't really like the Glidders. It does your ankles in all the time. It's all rocky, like really rocky. It's alright. That's where we've been. Right, I'll probably drop down there, and then on my way to Triven. This is called the Cantilever Stone on the Glid. A lot of people tend to pose on top of that. I've been on there, had my picture taken, but not today. We're heading that way. So this is the scree. So you start up here and you go all the way down there. I found it really tough going last time, and I was going to go that way and walk round, but I figured, sack it, I'll see how I get on. So I'm going down, and there it is, Triven. Just took a bit of a breather coming down Bristly Ridge. It's really steep, really steep. And people above me. And there it is, going down. I'm probably maybe about halfway down. But, well, I'm finding it a bit easier than last time, but there's my target. I don't know if you can see the stepping stones at the top, look. They're called the Adam and Eve stones, I think. And there's two big stones on the top of Triven. That's where I'm heading. We're on Triven now. On the summit of Triven.
Go.
Oh, sorry. It's okay.
Another one on the way back, or? Yeah, go on. 5, 4.
So I've just dropped down from Triven, starting to head back now. So I've just summited Triven. I just got to the Adam and Eve stones, and now I'm just starting to head back. That drop down from Bristly messed me up, I think. I'm alright, I'm not tired. Well, I'm a bit tired, obviously. I've done a lot of walking, but I'm not like overly tired so that I'm concerned. But it's more what it's done to my muscles. And last time on the 3000s, when I got at the bottom of the Bristly Scree, just about to ascend Triven, I started getting cramp. I just put it down to conditioning. But then, you know, I've been doing a lot of running, and I got again down to the bottom of Bristly, and then I started cramping up even worse than last time, really bad in my right leg on the inside, which is the same place as last time. So I think it's because I'm going down sideways all the time, and then you have to keep swapping, and my muscles just aren't used to it, so it's messed me up a bit. But I'll be okay. I've stopped cramping up now. It's almost like my muscles are kind of calmed down. But I'm not going to go down there again. I'm going to go the long way around, because I think it's better for my muscles. It might take me a bit longer, but I think on the 3000s attempt it will put me in better standing for the rest of the route. So, but yeah, just going to take on some water and then crack on. So there's Triven, just dropped down again, and that's Bristly Ridge, and that's the scree that I came down, but I'm not doing that again. That is so steep. There's a detour that you can do that avoids it. It's about a mile longer, actually no, about a kilometre longer, but it's so much better on the feet and legs. That Bristly Scree is, well, if you don't like rocks or moving underneath your feet all the time, definitely take the detour. This is much better way, much better. That gives you an idea of the steepness of that scree. It's ridiculous. I don't really want to go down there again. And this is the route. Nearly at the top now, so that should be a nice route to the top. Oh, there's Triven in cloud again. But look at the rest of the views. Gorgeous. And no wind. Sunshine is coming through. Wouldn't surprise me if my head gets burnt at the end of today. Really nice. And this detour that takes you down there, oh, I should have gone down that way instead of Bristly Scree. But oh well, I can learn from next time. I'll just dry my feet out a little bit, and then the clouds cleared and I can now see Triven without any cloud. Hey! Looks cool. You can see it at the top there. They're the Adam and Eve stones. That's where I've just been. But now it's time to head back. Now we're cooking with gas. Clouds are clearing nicely. So what we're looking at now is the Snowdon Horseshoe. So that is Crib Goch that you can see just there. And then that goes around to the summit of Snowdon, just there. With Fir, I think it's pronounced. And then the rest of the horseshoe leads down. And there. Beautiful views now. We're 11 miles into the trip. I'm feeling strong, feeling good. But let's see if that continues. Okay, so this is the summit of Glyddervar. Going to drop down in a minute and go over to Igarn, which is that track over there. But this one is Glyddervar, not the one I did before. And you can just see the coast as well, which is nice. It's beautiful. So I'm just at the bottom. Up there you can see is the scree as you go up to the Glidders. I'm at the bottom now, onto the nice lake. Now when I started my walk, it's been such a hot day, I think I'm burnt. When I started my walk, I started with 4 litres of water, so 3 litres in my hydration pack, with electrolyte tablets obviously, and also 2 500ml bottles. And I've gone through the lot, so 4 litres is already gone. So I've took some water on at the lake, and I've got, you see it, a soya straw. I think it's called a Life straw or something. They're only about 25 quid, but they're brilliant because they're so light. But I've got like a 7-Up bottle here, and this screws onto it. So I've basically filled up the water, and it filters everything. So that then I can drink the water, and I ain't got to worry about it being dodgy. So I've just filled up, and I've taken on the other 2 bottles of water as well. So I'm taking on 600ml here, and I'll take with me 1.6 litres. But then there's streams on a Glyddervar, so if I run out again I can get some more. I'm on the top of Igarn again now. That's Triven. So I've been all that way. The Glidders is in cloud now, look. And drop down to the lake and up this track, and I'm back here again now. I'm 13.4 miles in now. 7,500 feet I think. Something like that, maybe 8,000 actually. But it looks really nice in this haze, quite pretty. You can see the coast out in the distance there, looks well nice. And over there, look, tide's coming in now. That's Glyddervar. We'll be summiting that, and then we're going to be heading back down again. But first thing we're going to summit is that, I think. That's Folgok. Maybe not. Yeah. The summit of Folgok. Andy told me to come here on the way back. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, that's the Glyddervar where we're heading next. Probably just going to head back down. Actually, I don't want anything more steep. That's the oh, that's good. That's the Snowdon range and the mountains in the background, and we've got a great view of Cribgoch just to the left of the picture, just there. View. That's Igarn. That's where we've just been. Oh, this is great. Got a good view here, and the glitters. Did all of that, drop down there. Well, that's actually in the foreground, that's Igribin, and in the background that's Bristly Ridge. But we did drop down Bristly Scree, and then up, did Triven, and then back again. And hopefully, later on this year, we'll drop down there, go to the other side of that lake, which is Ogwyn Lake, and then up here, Penol Wen, and on to the Carneddau, the rest of them. But this is gorgeous. And we're heading down there. Okay, that's where I've just been. Everywhere looks beautiful now. I'm on the summit of a Lidavour. Remember me saying earlier, you can see the sea? There you go. Looks gorgeous. And how's that for a sunset? And there's the Snowdon range in the distance and Cribgoch. That's where we've been. So I've got near to the point where I can take on some more water. Not far now from Lamp Peris, but look at that sunset on the mountain. Oh. Nice little treat, weren't expecting that. Okay, it's now Sunday the 9th of July, and I did my walk on the 5th of July. And I've now got something called Relive, which is basically I use a running computer to map my walk, and this is a 3D version of what I did that day. So going up there, that's the summit of Lidavour, just there. Drop down along the saddle. And then going up there, up to Igarn. And then going up the steep scree, just there, summiting Lidavour. And just summited Glidafach. Now Triven after going down Bristly Scree, but then took the detour. And on the way back, properly summited Glidavour. Down Bristly Scree again. Up to Igarn. Folgoch again, or what I wanted to do. And up to Lidavour again. When I got back to the car, it was 10 to 10 in the evening, so it's 14 and a quarter hour day. That time there was moving time. So that completes my walk.